guys. I'm back. My usual spot, not usual spot, temporary spot, hotel lobby. Um, yeah, something significant. There was an anniversary yesterday, 40-year anniversary of something, and nobody talked about it. They just plowed right over it. And I remember you will probably remember where you were. Like if you're old enough to remember where you were with JFK, I wasn't old enough. Or RFK or MLK were when they were taken down, or significant happenings like where you were with 9/11. You know, where were you when the Space Shuttle Challenger happened? Do you remember that? Well, that took place on January 28th, 1986. That was yesterday. I didn't hear any mention of it in the news at all. I mean, I didn't. I found remembered this morning watching my buddy Opie and Ron on their podcast. So I'm just stepping on their toes a little bit and just yeah, memorializing. Francis R. Scobie, Commander. Michael J. Smith, Pilot. Ronald McNair, Mission Specialist. Ellison Onizuka, Mission Specialist. Judith Resnick, Mission Specialist. Gregory Jarvis, Payload Specialist. Krista McAuliffe, Payload Specialist. Uh, Ron Berman, I think it said Kristen McAuliffe. I think it was Krista McAuliffe, uh, was his history teacher. Wow. I mean, that's trying to get the lines out of my face. That's pretty significant. You know, I mean, I guess everybody's been touched by famous people, throughout their lives. I mean, I was lucky. I mean, I think the first Brian Oldfield is his name, four-time Olympic gold medalist for the discus. He would come to my high school and work out. And here I am in his presence. Like, wow, you know? Another one, Art Monk, great football star, Washington Redskins. At one point, he held every record for receiving in the books. I think back in the day. It was a championship Washington Redskins '87, the year after the Giants. I mean, I played football with his cousins, Clifton and Thelonious Monk. That's part of that family. That White Plains. I never got to meet Thelonious Monk, of course, but when I play the Shrine in New York City, up in Harlem, I see album covers of Thelonious Monk up on the wall, and gets nostalgic. Inspiration, right? It's just amazing how, with all happening in the world, we forget about the Space Shuttle Challenge. I remember where I was. I was managing a Barnes and Noble in White Plains, I think, or maybe an assistant manager at the time. And they put a big TV screen out between the Barnes and Noble and the candy shoe store, and everybody was watching the Space Shuttle take off. And then, like you said, there was this big puff of, or we thought it was a cloud or the booster rocket or whatever, but it turned out they said this. Ron described it best. He said they were there live with the school up in Concord, New Hampshire, watching the Space Shuttle takeoff, and he said everybody was cheering, rockets up in the air, and then all of a sudden the rocket's not there anymore. And I think they had the speaker still on. They said the classic phrase, "Houston, we have a problem." Wow. He said they had to usher the kids away because nobody really knew and understand. And then when they really did understand what happened, hysteria. Wow. Thanks, Ron, for that this morning. I know he's not watching this, but who cares? That was pretty cool. Um, yeah. I'm really bumming because I'm not able to get out and play. I mean, it's what is it? 0 degrees this morning. It's really cold. I don't think this is normal. Of course, it's not normal. And here we are waiting for the weather to get back to 32 degrees. I think that'll be cold whenever that happens. But yeah. Um, so I guess I don't have much, to say, but I'll be on later, play some tunes, and yeah, like I said, it's just a lot of things going on in the world, and we have to learn how to cope. It just makes me a little sad when I watch mainstream TV, how they're like pretty much missing out on a lot of stuff, and it's just the way it is. Um, Give a shout out to the Midas Touches and Illegal AFs and Occupy Democrats, all those shows. So check out YouTube, man. Watch them. Um, yeah. Well, anyway, it's just a moment with me. And just want to talk about Space Shuttle Challenger and just to memorialize what happened 40 years ago. It was just like it was yesterday. Um, you guys take care. Have a great day. And peace and love, man. Music, like I said, create your music, create your books, write your books, do your art, make your poetry. I'm in a hibernation type of format right now because it's just so cold. Hopefully it'll get up to 32 degrees again probably by next week, and I'll be back out at Strawberry. So love you guys. Peace. Take care. All right.